Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On Cloud Anime. And today we have a returning guest, Quanti, and today we're going to talk about our experiences with the anime Oshi No Ko, since it is approaching its 1-year anniversary of the original anime's release. How are you doing today, Quanti?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking, Botru.
You sound very happy, but this topic is going to go downhill later on.
No, I'm just pretending to be happy because I feel like we're going to get backlash for this.
No, we're not, bro. You can't get backlash for speaking facts. I do have a bit of a question for you about like the whole thing. Did you read the manga before you started watching the anime, or was the anime your first experience with like the actual series?
My anime is actually my first experience of the anime. I was planning to read the manga after anime finished, but like the anime looked really good, but like, you know what? I'm going to have to read the manga. Just going to have to read it. Go through it.
Because like the reason I read the manga was because I was like reading Love is War, keeping up with it weekly. And for people out there, I don't normally keep up with manga weekly like that, but you know, Love is War is just different. So I was keeping up with it, and I noticed that Akasaka had made a series called Oshi No Ko. And believe it or not, the first time I looked at it, I was like, I don't know, man. It doesn't look that interesting. And then I just kind of pushed it aside. And then there was this one TikTok that described Oshi No Ko's plot about like the work industry and how it represents that in Akasaka's works that he's done in the past, culminating into Oshi No Ko. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And so I read the manga. And my friend who like also read the manga beforehand was telling me I was going to really enjoy it. And then I got to ISDA. I screenshotted it and I sent it to him and I said, bro, what the hell?
Actually, now that I think about it, Oshi No Ko, I actually didn't hear first of its anime announcement. I think I first heard of it from seeing Gigok's video on it.
Isn't that video like 2 years old?
Yeah. I never got to watch it though.
I don't think I ever watched it. I think I just saw the thumbnail.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly, man, I fell in love with Oshi No Ko pretty fast. I think one thing that really kind of sold me on it is that, it's kind of just a show that's really meant for me. Like, Quanti can verify. I've kind of made this show my personality for the last year.
I can confirm this. You mean I have the profile of it?
All right, yeah, on my YouTube channel, it's like Aqua. Yeah, but it's been a ride. It's definitely been crazy. You know, I just love the series to death. Even though it's very simple. I think the reason why a lot of people end up being pushed off by Oshi No Ko is because of the fact that like their expectations were kind of set in the wrong place. And I realized this when like so many people were calling the anime shit because it was just mid or something like that. I think that's my only issue with the first episode is that, well, it's very well written. I'm not going to deny that. I think that people were expecting some psychological murder mystery monster type shit, but in reality, it was just kind of a slice of life that was kind of serious, which was kind of like Love is War at times, but like, you know.
That's interesting. From my point of view, I actually never saw that hate for like that. Like what I actually saw is like some people didn't like it because of the trailer, because they thought the trailer was weird.
Well, yeah, I guess that's another thing. I think like the issue with the first episode is, like I said, the expectations are just usually placed in the wrong thing. People expected it to be shit because of age gap type thing. And then people called it shit because it was slice of life and not psychological murder mystery.
You know, I think that's also like a problem with a lot of things. People expect it to be this.
Yeah, with a lot of the scenes, I guess, people kind of expect it to go differently. I don't know.
When people see first trailers beforehand, they think it's going to be mid because they don't see the whole thing. And I feel like people have to actually watch the show before giving an opinion on it, before judging it. And that's the case with Oshi No Ko, because people think it was really weird from seeing the trailer. Some people.
Yeah, definitely. I think that people kind of call shit bad if it's not for them. And I think that's kind of a big issue with modern day fans, or just anyone that consumes any piece of media. If a show is not for them, they consider it to be the worst shit out there. Me personally, the only show I have found that is genuinely horrendous and bad writing is fucking Rent a Girlfriend.
Okay.
Quanti was expecting me to say something else.
I want you to say that it was peak fiction.
I think as the manga went on, more I enjoyed it, because I think that honestly from the anime, the manga gets better, in my opinion. I think it's just like a straight uphill, like it just gets better and better. even like the newest chapters, which we'll get to later.
That's a big hill you're gonna climb on.
Yeah, I am. But I think that the feats that Oshi No Ko created was genuinely so impressive. Like Idol being as popular as it was, holy shit, dude. When I heard it was on America's Got Talent, oh my god, that was like the coolest thing ever. For people out there, Idol is my favorite anime opening of all time because I just love Oshi No Ko, and like having an entire song written about it and the plot and like how it represents Ai's character, who I love dearly, in a like just written out. I love it. I can't. I just love Idol a lot.
I just want to point out that I never listened to the lyrics. I just vibe to the song.
One thing that's actually crazy about Idol's popularity was that I have like a 10-year-old cousin who kind of like watches anime, right? But he watches like Naruto, One Piece and stuff like that. But one time I was at a party and I'm like hanging out with him and whatever. And then I hear him humming Idol. And that is genuinely the first time a family member has surprised me.
Really?
Yes. I heard, and I was like, are you humming Idol?
Yes, cousin. Yes.
I was like, can you hum that again, bro? And it goes, and I was like, oh my god.
Bro, listening to Peak? He's finally good, listening to good music now?
I want you to know, like, the animes he's watched are like fucking Demon Slayer, a bit of Naruto, Black Clover, One Piece. Nothing that correlates with Oshi No Ko.
So he's a shonen boy.
Well, yeah, that's how they're raising him. This is very random, but I just found out about an anime coming out that's about a VTuber and shit.
VTuber and shit?
Yeah, about her almost exposing herself and like her face.
That's an actual anime?
It's gonna come out next season, I think.
What is this called?
I have no clue. I'll send it to you afterwards because I cannot think of it. But getting back on topic, it's insane that it's nearly been a year. I still remember the first day like it was yesterday, dude. I waited months for Oshi No Ko hype. And I was like, this is going to sound really stupid, but I was scared that people were not going to watch it at all.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was genuinely worried that people weren't like going to watch it. I thought people would like get scared off by like the fact that it was an idol anime and they didn't want to be associated with that. And as time went on, Oshi No Ko gained so much popularity that I honestly have never felt so happy that a show that I like just got so popular. I think both of Akasaka's series have placed themselves in my heart as my favorites because of the fact that they've honestly like lit up a magic in me that with anime, like Love is War is my favorite anime, followed by Oshi No Ko. But with Love is War, it was like my first endeavor into anime as a whole. It was the first time I fell in love with a cast. It was everything to me. And it still kind of is. And I never really felt that kind of magic. You know, obviously I'm a JoJo fan too. So that was also one thing. But Oshi No Ko genuinely was so magical. Cause like the thing is with Love is War is that although it's popular, you don't really see much people have discussions about it because it's just widely agreed upon that it's liked and stuff like that. I feel there's also just not that much merchandise of Love is War. But with Oshi No Ko, the moment it came out, there was fucking Oshi No Ko shit everywhere. In Japan, people were probably tired of hearing Idol everywhere. For me,
in the arcades, the PC.
Yo, Quati, do you remember anything crazy I've done involving Oshi No Ko that you would like to tell people?
Okay, I remember one time seeing this one video where he just made a parody of like something called Aqua, just saying smash or pass. And next thing, he passes almost every woman and they say it's like smash to Ruby.
I kind of...
that was the time.
Remember my Spotify Wrapped?
Oshi No Ko.
Okay, so in the past I did make a Spotify Wrapped episode on Cloud Anime, but the thing is, if you didn't watch it, I'm just gonna spoil it. There was so much Oshi No Ko on it, I can't even lie, bro. Fucking Idol was it? So I watched on both YouTube and Spotify, but Idol was my most listened to song on both YouTube and Spotify. And on Spotify specifically, the English version was also at number 5, bro. And then for my most listened to albums, at number 3 was fucking B Komachi. I'm a legitimate B Komachi fan, bro. Deal with it. You know, I love Saima B, Heart Sign, Starry Rain, bro. Like, we are D-rank type shit, you know? You catch me?
You know Bleach? Yeah, no. I don't listen to that. I don't listen to that. I listen to Peak Fiction. Oshi no Ko, guys. Oh, yeah.
あなたのアイドルさえは B. You know, I still listen to that sometimes in school.
What?
I'm so dead ass, bro. Like, I listen to the Oshi No Ko OST, bro. There's something relaxing about some of the OSTs, like the piano and shit. Yesterday, I was like working out, and there was a really hard machine, but you know, I got kind of Arima on my side. Saiwa B.
Oh man, I don't think I can do this workout. What is that music? Yeah.
Bro, one time I was in school, right? And I was like listening to Oshi no Ko or the Bikamachi album again. And what happened was I was playing Smash with this one kid. And at one point I was like going crazy while listening to it. And he's like, damn, whatever music you're listening to, that shit is magical. I looked at him while trying to hold back a laugh. More recently, one of my friends, when we were playing Smash again, a different friend, and I like sent him the Saiwa V song, and I was like, listen, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I may have been losing every match, but I'm gonna kick your ass to this song right here. And I beat him, and he was like, there's no way I just lost.
No fucking way.
So dead ass, bro. So like, dude, genuinely, when Idol comes on, it's a rap, bro. I never fought her with fucking Idol.
Shit, so you just get a fucking magical boost, power up, power armor by listening to music.
Yeah, one time, my friend who also normally wins against me, he was playing Ness and I was like playing Violent. I was like getting my ass kicked consecutively, and at one point I was going so crazy. He was like, "Bro, what did you do? Why are you trying so hard?" And that's because Idol came on.
Idol, oh man, you know this reminds me. Actually, now I think about it. Every time when I was doing assignment from school in a home, I was just like, what should I listen to while doing my assignment? I was listening to Idol. I'm listening to Idol.
Bro,
I lost track of my assignment.
I remember one time you were doing a homework assignment. I was like, Quanti, look at my screen, Quanti. And then I put fucking Saiwa V.
Bro.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. I forgot about that entirely.
We might be cooked.
You think you might be cooked, bro? Remember that one time when I had an assignment that was like 12 minutes before its due date and all I could do was put on Idol? I completed it though. That was the thing.
Bro, I had to pray and listen.
Dude, I'm telling you this right now. When the Bikamachi album first came out during the summer, I listened to that shit nonstop. I listened to every single song in one day. I had to see what was cooking, bro. Well, fucking Fall Guys was popular. Or getting back to that phase again where people play Fall Guys. I was just going through the entire soundtrack, bro. Every single solo. I listened to every single song 3 times. I listened to the workout dance thing. That's not even going like through all the merch I've bought for fucking Oshi no Ko. 2 of my birthday gifts are Oshi no Ko merch.
When's that Ruby merch coming?
I think there is already one out. I got a Kana figure and an Aqua thing, but I think the coolest thing I've ever bought is hold up, the wait up. I got a record of Idol, and my sister happened to have a record player lying around, so I've been like using it, and it's really cool. I love it.
Oh yeah, I saw your video on that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it also comes with the light novel on the back of like the poster that comes in the record.
You know, I didn't even know there was a light novel for Oshi no Ko. Oh. I just recently found out about that, what we do to your video.
Yeah, so basically the light novel of Oshi no Ko is 45510. Which is Ai's password. And it basically explains why that's her password. And it also goes deeper down into each Bikamachi and how they acted before Ai's death. Like how they were jealous and shit. And in fact, most of Idol is actually based off of the light novel.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that. I just saw it. Oh man, this looks really, I like the cover of it. It's really cool.
It's also canon, so yeah.
I'll assume it's part of the canon. There's no more point in making it as if it's not canon.
No, Love is War has a spin-off light novel.
Oh, yeah. I think I watched one of the episodes of Love is War spin-off.
If you're one of my friends who are like watching this episode and you think that I have a terrible addiction, just pretend like you never heard this ever. I just really like it.
Honestly, compared to you and me, I like JoJo, so I go to the extreme.
Bro, how do you think I feel being an obsessed Oshi no Ko fan and a JoJo fan?
For one player, you either get flame Or the second part, you're get called, oh, is that a JoJo fan in a bad way?
Dude, have you heard about some of the collabs Oshi No Ko has done?
Collabs? I probably didn't see them, but I definitely heard of them. They have a lot of collabs.
They did. And it's like kind of impressive for how fast it was too. There was obviously like the maid cafes. There was the video. There was like this one mobile game that actually there was like 2 different mobile games that did Oshi No Ko collabs. There was the funniest one that I can think of is that there was this one collab with Kana Arima and baking soda.
Oh my gosh. I can see what you're talking about now.
Yeah, no, dude. Oshi No Ko's promotion is top tier. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, this is probably one of the few like recently passion products that people care about so much.
Even the Oshi No Ko channel, there's so much shit there. There's like the voice actors dancing, which I wish I could have that much fun as a voice actor. Holy shit. Dude, the concert for like Bikomachi, oh my god, bro. The things I would have done to be there.
Oh, peak.
I mean, I think Akasaka's works really touch a lot of people with his characters and stuff like that. And that's why Oshi No Ko got animated. Because if you don't know this already, basically the animator for Rent a Girlfriend is known for how good she is at her job. So they let her pick the next project and she happened to pick Oshi No Ko. So that's why the quality is so high and stuff like that.
You know, I noticed that every time when I watch like each episode, the quality of each episode just increased. I was like, what the heck's going on here? This is new.
Yeah, dude. You know how much I'd freak out if they made a reference to Kaguya in Oshi No Ko, bro? You have no idea. You know, there's actually a reference there's like also references to Oshi No Ko in Love is War too.
Is there?
Yeah. So like in one of the final chapters, like Hayasaka's final chapter, because at the end of the Love is War manga, there's like chapters that conclude every character. And at Hayasaka's chapter, at the top right corner, at like one of the first pages, there's actually a billboard of Ruby, Kana, and Memcho. Yeah. And one of the manga extras, there was actually a part where some of the characters went to karaoke and they go like, and our sign is B, reference the sign will be. Dude, even in like, oh, you found it already.
Yeah.
Oh, in Renai Daiku, there's already references to Oshi No Ko in there as well. The first chapter was talking about Thrill, I think, and how she played in like a live action drama or some shit. It's kind of crazy to think about how these are all connected.
Honestly, I feel like Akuma might just pull something big for the ending of Oshi No Ko.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie with you, man. I think that genuinely there's a pretty good chance Aqua's gonna die at the end of the manga.
Bro just sacrifices himself for the greater good.
It seems like something that fits his character, and dying to revenge, I guess. It almost feels like one of the only ways to conclude his character, to be honest with you.
Isn't he like going way so far from revenge, or he's like still on it?
He's still on the revenge thing. Honestly, Aqua has some of the best fucking panels in Oshi No Ko, though. It's actually kind of crazy. Now, okay, for warning everyone out there, from here on out, we're probably going to end up talking about the manga a lot more. So if you're not into the manga spoilers, or you've only watched season 1 and you want to watch season 2, which still doesn't have a release date, I would recommend that you be cautious for this next however long.
That's a big warning, guys. Please.
Starting off immediately, what season 2 is going to adapt the stage play, dude. Oh, that panel with like Aqua and holding whoever it was, I forgot who it was, but he was like basically talking about a dream that will never come true. He was like blaming himself for Ai's death. I don't know. Aqua's going through it, bro.
Bro's going through his character development. Character development.
His shit with Kane and their complicated relationship.
I heard that my friend, when he read the manga, when he got to this part, the acting stage, he says that this part is pretty mid. Do you think so? No, you don't think so. I think it's peak.
I think one thing Oshi No Ko does a lot with its manga that a lot of people don't mention a lot is that I feel like a lot of it's pretty show, not tell. Like, I don't think Oshi No Ko really describes to you what makes it great. Like, for example, oh my God, what makes Ai's death so great is that throughout the entire first episode, they don't really talk about exactly Ai's feelings. They don't explain it to you too much. It's just kind of like how a normal person would act. And so what makes it sad is that you just kind of know that her feelings are complicated and that they're going to be left undone because she didn't know how to love up until the very end. And she's going to miss the birth of, she's going to miss growing up with her kids. And, I think the way that Aqua and Ruby both deal with it, it always just is done well. Like, what makes Ai's death also amazing is just how it's still so connected to the actual plot of the story. Like, you would think that it would all like kind of already been pushed aside, but no, a lot of the actions that are taken are because of this, such as like how Ruby acted the first time she had an actual mother figure, or like the reason she acts so obsessive, or Aqua just wanting to protect everyone and him failing to do that, constantly being the reason why he wants to get revenge. It's all pretty interesting. And I think the fact that Akasaka is actually writing a villain is pretty interesting as well, considering he's only known for like making slice of life and the conflicts are like your inner self. So having an actual evil villain is so interesting to think about. But at the same time, I don't know if he is capable of writing a villain. Personally, so far, I love Hikaru and like his introductions within the manga, because like every time you see him, he's like always planning. It almost looks like.
You make a good point. What I find so interesting about Hikaru is that Akka is not, from what I've seen so far, Akka is not afraid to show some pretty heavy topics.
Yeah, like the Akane thing.
Yeah, like the Akane thing, and also like the like recent like Hikaru's like story in the past about like what actually happened to him.
Yeah,
why he's like acting like the way he is.
Yeah, when he got like
Yeah, that part. Yeah, when I read that, I was devastated, shocked. As an Oshi No Ko fan, when a chapter came out, like the first chapter, not the first chapter, the chapter where Ruby says that she loves him, like Aqua, like his original name, right?
Yeah.
Like he say, I want to get married with you. How do you feel about that as an Oshi No Ko fan? And did anyone tell you?
We're getting to the part that everyone is watching for. Okay. So the way I explain this is that there's a lot of scenes like this in other animes where it's done and it's kind of just there for no reason and it kind of ruins the story. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be so real with you. I think people are overreacting with the Oshi No Ko thing. Because I don't think, and I mean this genuinely, I don't think it's bad writing. I don't think that this ruins the story, but it also doesn't make it better. It's just kind of there to build up what's going on or like add on to the characters. What makes bad writing is when something is rushed or someone acts out of character. None of the characters in Oshi No Ko are acting out of character. Ruby always acts obsessed over the people she loves because they always get robbed from her. And the fact that the one person that she's cared about is right here in front of her. Yes, Ruby is acting a little weird, but people are acting as if it's not getting acknowledged. Everyone acknowledges the fact that Ruby is acting weird. There's only one time I can think of where Aqua also acted out of character, which was during like the couch scene where they were like Ruby was sitting on his lap. That's like the only thing that I can think of that was really out of character.
Really?
Yeah, no, dude, like, cause what is it? Goro was a very protective person. He went out of his way to help people without actually saying anything. Like he didn't want to brag about how he was a good person or anything like that. He was just a kind soul. So Aqua still kind of does stuff like that. He's just more edgy about it, like how he didn't know what the fuck a favor was. And he was like, Memcho, I'm using you. And Memcho's like, dude, have you ever heard of a favor before? Like,
nah. Never heard of it.
But yeah, no, it's like, it also kind of plays into the fact that, obviously Aqua, people fail to acknowledge the fact that Aqua was not okay with this at all. He was not happy about this scene, but he did it for the sake of revenge. His whole thing with revenge is going back.
He also believed that people fail to acknowledge about what, Aqua feels about Ruby, like her original self. Like, when Ruby's like obsessive about him, like she says that, like, remember that promise that you made. I think people don't remember that when he said that, he said like probably or maybe when you're older. He never said yes or no.
I think he did say yes, but here's the thing. I interpret it differently. I interpret it as, he was just saying that as a way to, cheer her up and give her courage to end up surviving her cancer, right? Like he was supposed to give her motivation. He didn't think that she would still be obsessed with him after 18 years. Because, what is it? This is a very random thing, but like, you remember in Persona 3 Reload when like the little girl Maiko asked the main character to marry him or to marry her? Like, that was done as a way to like please them, obviously. Like, obviously he wasn't going to like go through with marriage, I guess. And I think that's going to be a conflict later on, but people are so like overreacting this. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it's not weird, but people act like this ruins the entire show. Like, people are spreading misinformation because today in a comment section, I saw someone that actually thought that Ruby and Aqua were dating, which is just straight up not true.
That is not true.
I think that the recent chapters, though, kind of represent what I kind of hate about the anime community is, I know this is going to sound like I'm just a salty Oshi No Ko fan, but the thing is that this goes for any anime, really. But when you kind of crap on an anime because of one specific thing, and that's what you tell people, like if people say, what's Oshi No Ko about? And someone says incest, that kind of drives people away. Yeah, and to me, that's like kind of disrespectful towards the work that someone puts into it, especially if the work is good. Like, imagine if I said something about Jujutsu Kaisen and I mentioned the incest scene and I said the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen is incest because of that one thing. People aren't going to watch it, and it's not fair to the creator who genuinely put all that work into making a story and doing all this research just for it to be, oh, incest. You know, that's just kind of rude, I think. And I feel like people should really stop doing that.
Actually, you know, that's a good point.
That's why if there's an anime that I blatantly just don't care about or I have like unfair feeling towards, I just don't speak about it. That's why I often don't really speak about Naruto, because like I find it to be like the premise to look uninteresting. It doesn't really look like something I'd watch. So whenever someone talks shit about Naruto or like talks good about Naruto, I just say, okay, I'll respect it as is. But, you know, I'm not gonna state my opinions because I know nothing about it. You know, like another example is Tokyo Ghoul. I don't really like Tokyo Ghoul that much. The vibe is not there for me, but I still read like 9 volumes before officially dropping it. Like I got decently far into the series. And I can still say that although I didn't like the story, I like the art. And I feel like people have like this unfair thing that they do. And I think that Oshi No Ko getting that stigma is really unfair. Like, I know content creators will be content creators, but then they like overreact like, oh my God, Sweet Home Alabama. Holy Sweet Home Alabama. They kissed. They're dating. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. And then they won't even like explain the context of all this. They're like, incest.
You know, that's a good point.
It's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. I like how you said it. I feel like before a person can judge like what Oshi No Ko is or like any other anime or manga or light novel, is that they should read it before making a judgment. Because if they just make a judgment, like you said before, people probably will not going to watch it.
They just sound ignorant, honestly. When
they do.
Like, people act like they know everything because they saw one clip of an anime and all of a sudden they watch the entire thing.
I hate when people just watch clips of animes and just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to assume this entire thing is going to be like that.
Yeah. Because, like, the idea that Akasaka is using all of his knowledge that he's used as a mangaka into putting it into Oshi No Ko and writing a genuinely interesting plot to me, and it being, like, you know, just completely negated by the fact that people are saying it's just incest, don't watch it. It's kind of annoying, but I'm not going to let that defeat my enjoyment of the series, which is why I'm going to continue to defend it, because it's still well written. The play arc is still hype. The manga chapter where Ruby said that she was going to marry him was still fire before that whole plotline came up. And also, this whole thing that happened was just denial, because for people that don't know, Mengo Yokoyari is the artist of Oshi No Ko, and she's made adult works before this, some of which actually being incest. If you ever searched up her work, then you would know that this was fucked from the start.
Scum's Wish.
Scum's Wish. I don't even know what that's about. I saw one picture of it, and I was like, oh, it seems a little complicated.
Also, I have a question for you. I remember watching a YouTube video and like saw something like similar about Oshi No Ko. There's like some topic about Oshi No Ko. I heard that the content creator said that Oshi No Ko is interesting. Aqua is not that as an interesting character. What makes Oshi No Ko interesting is the characters around Aqua. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I thought you were going to bring up Trash Taste. I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to bring up the fact that they just summed up Aqua as being edgy.
So, yes.
I don't know. I honestly don't think it's the characters around him. I think it's just how a lot of it... I think Aqua and Ruby's characters kind of revolve around Ai's death and how they react to it. Because I feel like they're all very relatable. I think Aqua is a pretty cool character because he is actually pretty, like, reasonable for how caught up in revenge he is. Like, you know, he won't do anything too morally fucked unless it's killing his dad. That's the only boundary he'll cross. Like, he hasn't done anything crazy. Like, can you think of a single thing Aqua's done that is, like, terrible? Like, I can never forgive you type shit. And it was, like, for no reason. everything he's done has a purpose.
That's true.
I think the way he reacts to situations is pretty interesting because, like I said, it's just not out of character for him ever, really. I can break down every character real quick. Ruby, honestly, I think Ruby is probably one of the most interesting written characters, though. She's not my favorite, but she is one of the most interesting written ones and probably like the best written one because of the way that she kind of evolves throughout the manga. I think she goes through the most change in the entire manga because her entire thing is that everything she's loved has gotten robbed from her. And at first she's like this cheery person, but you see the slow descent into how fucked her mind is going and how she only depends on Aqua because that's the one person that's made her happy.
You think her character development, like near the end, is like she's finally gonna learn how to be independent on herself?
I think another reason I think Aqua's gonna die is because it's gonna be a way for Ruby to finally accept that things will be taken away from her. I feel like that's genuinely how it's gonna end.
I feel like it's gonna be weird, but I think Aqua might give up on the revenge thing in the end and probably just somehow sacrifice himself for the greater good.
I don't know. The one thing I'm kind of upset about is that Oshi No Ko is going to end soon for the sake of Renai Daiku. So Renai Daiku is another another manga written by Akasaka, and this time he recruited a hentai artist.
Have you gone on that? I haven't read it yet.
I've read a bit of it. Honestly, it's definitely his most slow-paced manga. There's only like 1 or 2, 3 things that were kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to give it more time because it's kind of, like I said, it's taking a slow start.
Wait, what is it even about?
It's about like 2 people that call an agency to try and get the other person to like them or something. And then now the plot's kind of changing a bit. It's kind of weird. Oh my God, dude. Hoshino is so interesting, bro. I'm sorry. That's such a bad transition, but is so interesting though. Like the fact that she's so present within the plot of Oshi No Ko, even though she died at like chapter 8, is so crazy to me.
Personally think is a pretty good like an interesting character because like the moment like I saw episode 1, I was like, oh my gosh. Death was impactful and I thought this was pretty interesting. And she kept being brought up. I was like, damn, usually dead characters don't get brought up that much.
I think every character in Oshi No Ko has been brought up to like some extent. Like, what is it? Melt Narushima, the guy who was like playing in the live action, who did a bad job. He was like one of the purple-haired idols. Is actually back in like the newest chapter. I don't know. I think, like I said, Akasaga's strong suit is the characters that he writes. You know, like he's always been good at writing characters. You know, I haven't read Instant, but I don't know if the characters in there are good or if there's a villain that I should know about. Maybe that was his first time writing a villain. I also find it kind of funny that Akasaga has made 2 pieces of media that were trending off of like their dances, like the Chika dance and then Idol.
Honestly, I think he might be he's been made for music, for dancing. You know, like when I was watching the beginning of Love's War, right? I wasn't too interested. But when more I get in, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really invested in these characters. He gives them pretty fire backstories.
I'm not going to lie. I think Love is War might be my favorite cast of characters. I think with Love is War versus Oshi No Ko for me is that Love is War is just like, it'll always be special to me. I'll never hate it no matter what. It ended, even though like some people don't really care about the later parts of the manga, I still enjoyed it. And I'll never forget Love is War and like how much it's impacted me. But I think that like Oshi No Ko caters more to my interest. I like the slice of life, happy, funny moments that Love is War has with the serious moments that Love is War has, but it's more into the entertainment industry, which is what I love. I love stories about the entertainment industry, I guess. Or I just find the concept interesting because, you know, that's kind of the thing I want to go into. And also knowing that these characters are, some of them based off of real things. Like I'm pretty sure Akane and Hana and I are all based off of real people.
Oh yeah, I actually did it at first. I didn't know about Akane. I didn't know she was like based on a real person. So like I only knew about it because like there was this controversy going on about Akane.
Yeah, because the mother actually saw how popular the episode was getting, and she didn't appreciate that this story was about her daughter who ended up dying, and people were bashing her for that too. They were like, "You're overreacting," blah blah blah, and it was like, "Bro, are you like not fucking watching Oshi No Ko? Are you like watching it with your eyes closed? Like, this is the entire thing he was making a commentary on, and you're like making like you're making fun of her mom." You're making fun of this mom for being upset that her daughter died, and it's kind of being, you know, referenced in fucking an anime.
Yeah. I also think why I really like, I think I already mentioned it, is that, I don't know, Aka is able to make mysteries somehow good. Is this like his first time doing it, like with Oshi No Ko, right?
Yeah, I think so. Dude, I've seen so many people say that Akasaga doesn't know how to write a drama. I think, this is so random, but I also think that Akane out of the main cast is like my least favorite. I don't hate her. She's just like the least interesting to me because her arc was done so early in the story that now she's just kind of there now. Especially considering after she got dumped by Aqua too.
Is that her character all used for?
I mean, hey, she was like, she met Aqua's grandma before Ruby even did.
Wait. What's your expectations for a season 2? You think the quality of the anime is going to go really high?
Oh, dude, it's going to be crazy. I know it is.
Honestly, I think Oshi No Ko is probably one of the few anime where like, holy shit, I want to see season 2 so bad. Like, there's not a lot of shows where it says, oh, I want a season 2 so bad. Oshi No Ko is one of the things that I'm really engaged in the story. I was like, I want to see what happens. Well, this was like before I read the manga. It's like, man, I can't hold it anymore. I can't hold it.
Quanta, you're familiar with my history in like the Oshi No Ko anime, right? Like how many times I watched it?
I'm not sure which number of times you rewatched it, but like I know you rewatched it a lot, maybe like 11 times.
Try like 20.
20.
I've watched the first episode at least 20 times. I'm actually going to watch it next week because I've gotten a shit ton of people into Oshi No Ko. I think I've at least gotten like 30 people to watch Oshi No Ko, right? You know, like I'm that guy.
No, I remember you, wanted to like, you suggested on a user, let's call him Unfunny Bro. You suggested to him that you should watch Oshi No Ko. Or I'm not sure what happened, but like I remember I just streamed the entire episode.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You weren't there. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, Quanti, bro. That was fucked up, bro. I forgot about that, bro. You brought that up. That's crazy. Quanti here, my good old pal, watched the first episode of Oshi No Ko with a whole group of people without me.
Oh yeah. I think there was like 7 or 5 or 8 people.
There were 7 people there. They all watched it without me, and they talked about how good it was, and I missed it. I missed it because of you. Oh my God!
Because I figured like I don't know, man. I don't want to bother Potter, so I'm just not gonna mention him.
I would never ever skip out on Oshi No Ko, bro. I've watched the first episode at over 20 times, and I've watched the entire season like 8 times. So my history with my records, I guess, I'm gonna go with my history with Oshi No Ko. I watched the first episode of the anime 20 times. I rewatched the season 8 times. I have 4 of the volume covers, I have 4 of the manga volumes. I have the 2 cafe acrylic stands because when I bought it, it came with 2 for some reason. The Oshi No Ko record, 2 of the Oshi No Ko merches on the way. Funny story for the people at home. So I bought originally when I bought the Oshi No Ko volumes, I was just going to stick with the first 3. Until I realized Kana was the 4th volume and that her volume was going to come out soon. So I pre-ordered it. And I also pre-ordered a Kana figure within the Bikomachi thing. And yes, I used the Crunchyroll store. The manga came relatively fast, right? And then it said that the figure was going to come out or it was going to come out towards February. And I pre-ordered the figure like 3 days before they even announced it on the Oshi No Ko channel. So, and then February came. Crunchyroll said it was going to come February 29th. Now it says it's going to come March 31st. And I swear to God, if I go back on March 31st, it says it's going to come out April 31st, I'm actually going to lose my mind. I'm not going to get volume 5, honestly.
After you get this is volume 4, right?
No, I'm probably going to stick with just
volume 5.
4 because, well, first off, Oshi No Ko did this funny thing where at the 5th volume, they made the fucking whole thing black, which is kind of throwing off the entire vibe of the fact that the first 4 volumes were white. Yeah, it's a dope ass cover. Don't get me wrong; it's like one of my favorites. It looks incredible.
Yeah, isn't like the 5th volume just Akane?
Maybe.
Do you think they changed like the volume cover just like to reflect Akane's feelings?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I'm not gonna
I actually have to look at that.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's like something like Karen's that like
Mendo?
or occurrence where he just like made Aka or the one called the artist or the.
Honestly, the Oshi No Ko covers are such a big improvement from the Love is War covers. It's actually insane. I think my favorite one is the Kana Arima one, volume 11.
I love these covers. These are pretty fire.
I think the one with Frill is also hella fire, followed by Akane's.
You know what? I think it's pretty fire.
I mean, yeah, that one kind of goes hard. Honestly, the lamest one is probably the Miyako one, which pains me. Listen, as long as she got her representation in the manga volumes, like, I'll take it. I love Miyako. She's like my third favorite Oshi No Ko character, I think. Or actually, okay, my top 5 characters are Aqua, Kana, Miyako, and followed by I, and then Ruby.
My top 3 characters, it's Aqua, Akane. Actually, no. I think Kana's a better character. I think Kana and Akane.
Honestly, the more I think about Miyako versus I in terms of writing, I don't know. I feel like I or Miyako could both go in third place, honestly. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
I just want to point out, people, remember when I said, so who's your favorite girl?
Really? I thought Akane was popular.
I'm going to say Akane is like, I remember getting bashed for it.
Oh my god, dude, when I was reading the manga, I thought that Akane was getting so cucked, bro. Akane won every single popularity award. Like, because I'm a Kana stan, it was like in the manga, right? Right? So, me being the Kana stan that I am, I'm obviously an Akane hater by default. I gotta be like that. So, seeing Kana not make the top 3 was insane to me. And then when I was watching the anime, I thought that like everyone's gonna hate on Kana. And then I saw like all the edits and I saw that Kana actually won for best girl. And I popped off so hard. Like Kana was the one character I was actually excited to see get animated. Cause like I just loved her from like I'm not gonna say from the start. Oh no. I've loved Kana's character and just the writing of it.
Wait, so I sent you the anime trending awards, right? How do you feel about Kana winning?
Are you serious? I didn't see that. She did?
Like she won I think she won like best girl supporter award. Yeah, I think she did.
W, bro. That's my girl, Kana Arima.
Honestly, I respect it. I used to stand my Sakurajima.
That's very random, but yes, I do. I too did stand my Sakurajima. It's been a ride. Like it's actually crazy. I'm beyond happy that it's gone as popular as it has. Weirdly enough, seeing people hate on it gives me a purpose to defend it. Because although I want people to like the show, it's also kind of fun when people don't like it because then I can express what makes it so great. I think with Love is War, because most people just agree that it's amazing by default, it's kind of hard to like talk about it extensively because, it's just the general, oh yeah, it's peak. It's peak romance. But with Oshi No Ko, there's like actually something to defend. It's something that I've like put my time into that I can like debate. This is the only thing I'm good for.
Oh yeah. I remember you just talked about, I am ready to die on that hill.
I am, bro. Oh, okay. By the way, before I recorded this episode, one of my friends told me to like defend Ruby because he loves Ruby. I already kind of did my job. I said that like her writing is still good. She's still a pretty good written character.
When you saw like this kissing scene in the manga, what did you thought about? What do you thought about it?
Oh my god, bro! People did not stop texting me, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea. There were 3 people that sent me the image before the chapter even came out, bro.
I remember I said, Foster, do you saw the new made up probably chapter of Oshi No Ko? And you just say, shut up.
Dopey fucking texted me saying, Otaru, are you okay, man? I saw the new chapter of Oshi No Ko. Zira texted me saying, did you see the new chapter of Oshi No Ko? My own brother called me and was like, Abyo, what the hell? Why? And then he asked me for my take on it. One of my friends who hasn't read the Oshi No Ko manga in a long time asked me, Fabio, what's going on with the recent chapters of Oshi No Ko? Bro, my friend group saw the panel. Like, they don't keep up with the Oshi No Ko manga anymore. They saw the panel. One of them who hasn't like read the manga in 2 months, I was like, please don't tell me he's going to see it. At 1 a.m, he sends me a video about the Oshi No Ko panel.
How hard would you like, it's like, making the responses? Like, were you just defending it?
I was just planning my arguments, bro.
About what's going through in that day.
You want to know what is bad writing? Killing characters off screen.
That's a good point. I remember talking to you about this yesterday.
I think, yeah, because I think with Oshi No Ko, like the concept of killing someone is still it's still like random. Like you never know when it's going to happen. Like I think within Oshi No Ko, about 2 people have died. Actually, no, that's not true. Like 4, if you count like Serena and Goro in the first episode. But
Like about the deaths of Oshi No Ko, I didn't expect her to die, right? Like, so seeing her death,
I did. I was actually kind of surprised because like the thing of what that surprised me is that like I had a feeling like she was going to die. And I remember reading, I was like, is I going to fucking die? Like just like at chapter 6, I was like, huh. And then I get to chapter, I was like, okay, too soon. I did not expect her to die this soon.
it's like I actually didn't know. So I found her death more impactful than any JJK death because I felt like they probably needed more character development or like more screen time for me to be fully invested in them. That's why I think like Oshi No Ko does a better job at handling that.
And I think with the newest chapter, it also kind of demonstrates, their character writing. That's why I don't think that the kiss scene ruins the series because, it's still like in character, I guess. Like there's nothing that's really ruining anything. It's not bad. There's no hints of bad writing, I think. And that's basically where we are with the current day. Season 2 is going to come out sometime soon. And it's been a journey, but unfortunately, it's been enough time and we're probably going to wrap things up here. I hope that if you're an Oshi No Ko fan, you continue to watch it because I promise you it's still very good. And if you're hesitant on the series, just give it a shot. Give it like the first 30 minutes of the first episode and then decide if you want to watch it. Quanti, thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see you in the near future on future episodes of On Cloud Anime.
No problem. It was nice to be here with you too, man.
And this is your host, Hotaru, and your co-host of today's episode, Quanti. Seeing you later.